The African Charter on Human and People's Rights, also called the Banjul Charter, is a regional human rights law adopted in 1981 by the Organization of African Unity, now the African Union, and came into force in 1986. Its main aim is to protect human rights and promote dignity, equality and justice in African countries. The Charter is unique because it not only gives rights to individuals but also recognizes the rights of communities, people's rights, and imposes duties on individuals. It reflects African traditions where community, family, and social responsibility are very important. The rights under the Charter can be understood in three broad categories. First are civil and political rights. These include the right to equality and non-discrimination, Articles 2 and 3, which means all persons are equal before law. The right to life and personal integrity, Article 4, protects individuals from arbitrary killing. The right to dignity, Article 5, prohibits torture, slavery and inhuman treatment. The right to personal liberty, Article 6, ensures protection from illegal arrest and detention. The right to fair trial, Article 7, includes the right to be heard, presumption of innocence and legal defense. Freedom of religion, Article 8, freedom of expression, Article 9, freedom of association and assembly, Articles 10 and 11, and freedom of movement, Article 12, are also guaranteed. The right to participate in government, Article 13, allows citizens to take part in public affairs. Second are economic, social, and cultural rights. These ensure a decent standard of living. The right to work, Article 15, ensures fair employment conditions. The right to health, Article 16, guarantees medical care. The right to education and cultural development, Article 17, promotes learning and cultural identity. The family is given special protection, Article 18, as the basic unit of society, and the state must support it. Third are people's or collective rights, which make this charter special. These include the right to self-determination, Article 20, meaning people can choose their own government. The right to control natural resources, Article 21, gives communities ownership over their wealth. The right to development, Article 22, ensures economic and social progress. The right to peace and security, Article 23, and the right to a healthy environment, Article 24, are also recognized. These rights focus on groups and communities rather than just individuals. Apart from rights, the Charter also lays down duties of individuals, which is a unique feature. Every individual has duties towards family and society, such as respecting parents, maintaining harmony and helping the community. There are duties towards the state, like obeying laws, paying taxes and defending the country. Individuals also have duties towards other people, such as respecting their rights, promoting tolerance and avoiding discrimination. Finally, there are duties towards the international community, including promoting African unity and independence. A well-known case study is the Serac v. Nigeria, Ogoni case. In this case, the Nigerian government allowed oil companies to exploit the land of the Ogoni people without protecting their environment. This caused pollution, health problems and destruction of livelihood. The African Commission held that Nigeria violated several rights under the Charter, including the right to health, Article 16, the right to a healthy environment, Article 24, and the right to development, Article 22. The Commission stated that the government has a duty to protect people from harm caused by private companies. This case clearly shows how the Charter protects both individual and collective rights. In conclusion, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights is a comprehensive human rights document that combines civil, political, economic, social and collective rights with individual duties.